What's up, guys? Lance the Obscure Movie Guy coming to you once again here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. And in my last video we did horror, which was a lot of fun. Hope I did it a little bit of justice. And today we're going to kind of continue with that theme, but we're going to do horror comedy, which, again, much like the horror genre, horror comedy runs rampant with a lot of good and bad movies, and again, on a very broad spectrum. But some really interesting ones I got picked out for today. And the first one we're going to go over is 2010's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And this isn't like Stan against Evil or Ash versus the Evil Dead type thing, but Tucker and Dale, played by Tyler Labine from Sons of Tucson, which I guess probably his biggest claim to fame, and Alan Tudyk, which a lot of my nerd people know from like Firefly, does a lot of sci-fi stuff. Personally, my favorite Alan Tudyk character was Steve the Pirate from Dodgeball. But they play Tucker and Dale. And they're not necessarily against evil, but there's a group of college kids that are in the backwoods of New Orleans or wherever they may be. And from their perspective, Tucker and Dale are evil. They go out into the bayou. One of the girls falls, I think hits her head, and they take her back to the cabin to try and take care of her. But from the college kid's perspective, she's been kidnapped. So they try to rescue her, and hilarity ensues. And every time the kids try to make a rescue attempt, Tucker and Dale, unbeknownst to them, that these kids think they're evil, but something bad happens to these kids. And just bee stings, wood chippers, chainsaws. It's actually a really funny movie. And the cool thing about it is the special edition DVD actually has a feature on it where it basically plays the movie as a horror movie from the college kid's full perspective. So the main film is basically the comedy of errors that you see from both sides of the spectrum, and then the special feature actually shows it from like the full college kids like horror perspective. Really well done by everybody in the cast and crew. Tyler Labine's always pretty hilarious, pretty good in everything he does. He's a real good comedy actor, and Alec Tudyk, I mean, he's gold and can do just about anything as far as I'm concerned. So check that one out. It's a lot of fun to watch. Next one, and this is maybe not horror comedy in a traditional sense. Comedy is subjective. Me personally, I think this movie is great and hilarious, but definitely not for everybody. But it's 2011's Hobo with a Shotgun. God bless Rutger Hauer. It's not necessarily meant to be a comedy, but just some of the lines in that movie and just the gratuitous violence and blood and gore. It's not even really a horror flick per se. It was originally done as a Grindhouse trailer, and the Hobo was originally played by David Brunt, which he was actually in the feature film, but David Brunt played the Hobo in the trailer, and when it got the go-ahead to be a full feature film, David Brunt didn't think he'd be able to carry a full movie on his back, so they got Rutger Hauer to play the Hobo with a shotgun, and David's still in the movie, but just as a side character. But Rutger Hauer, obviously in his golden years, 2011, and God bless him, he passed away a couple of years back. But great movie. Like I said, a lot of good lines, gratuitous violence. None of it's really there to make sense. He's a hobo with a shotgun. He's on a rampage, and it's good time. It's a good time. And then the last one I want to talk about is, you know, from a film viewer standpoint, if you were a normal person watching movies, this one would probably be really stupid. But honestly, from a film critique standpoint, this is actually a really intelligent film. It's 2011's Rubber, which, to sum it up, is about a tire named Robert or Bob, who has telekinetic abilities to make people's heads explode. And that's what he does. He rides around or rolls around town killing people. But it is an intelligent movie. It actually kicks off with the I think his name's Steven Spinella. He plays Lieutenant Chad. He's the the sheriff, I guess, or the lieutenant for the police department. But the movie starts off with him breaking the fourth wall, simply explaining and giving examples in other movies how things basically happen in other movies for no good reason at all. They just happen. And that's basically the whole premise of this film. There is no reason why Bob comes to life. There is no reason why he really goes on a murderous rampage, except for the fact that he got run over when he was rolling down the road. You know, and there's an in-film audience along with you as the audience as well. And shout out to Daniel Quinn, who was in the in-movie audience. He actually played in a movie called Scanner Cop back in 1994, who was a cop with the same ability. He had the psycho ability to, telekinesis ability to make people's heads explode with the thought of his mind. So kind of a nod to him, since he's in the movie with a tire that had the same abilities as him back in 1994. So really intelligent movie. It's worth the watch. It's kind of funny, and it's got a lot of the traditional horror movie stuff. You know, but I mean, at the end of it all, it's got its moments. It really does. It's definitely worth checking out. The in-movie audience is basically watching this movie unfold. And there's even a point in the movie where, again, Lieutenant Chad comes out, you know, stating that, you know, this is just a movie. None of this is real. And, you know, he tells his deputy to shoot him and nothing happens because it's a movie, you know. So it's kind of a cool thing. And breaking the fourth wall, which has obviously been made very popular through Deadpool. Really good antics there and with that. You know, and even the in-film audience eventually ends up dying. There is one guy left remaining at the end of it who, you know, has to encounter Bob and, you know, you can't kill me, I'm just an audience member. Well, that's just too bad, you're dead anyways. So you should definitely check that out. They're all worth the watch for sure. Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Hobo with a Shotgun, and Simply Rubber. Guys, check them out. Like, subscribe, and comment to the YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys are watching, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And, you know, let me know what you guys are watching. Maybe I'll do a video on one of them in the future. And I'll see you in the next one.